There's a delay, so. All right, Joe FallenOne Gaming. After years and months in the making, we got another Joe Blow correspondent in the house. We got Jimmy O. Let's get this party started. Joe, give me that countdown.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Casino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Subtile and Smoke. You are tuning in.
And subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hey everybody, this is Dave Niebuhr from Dog Eat Dog, and you're watching NerdCage Live. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel. These are great guys doing what they love to do.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it! All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run. But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running!
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCageLive.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
Hey guys, it's the original Shao Kahn, Brian Glenn, and I'd like you to subscribe to NerdCage Live.
This is Ernie C. from Body Count. You're tuned in to NerdCage. Can you like and subscribe?
Greetings, citizens. You're now trapped in the nerd cage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
If you are new to the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe as we just crossed 1,800 subscribers today. Thank you very much, NerdCage Nation. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of Tom Cruise, the land of the orange, the land of Jim Brown, rest in peace, of Syracuse, New York. And always among us, he's our moderator, he's our troll hammer, stronger than the DK Banana Sama. You can't stop it, you can't crop it, you can't top it. Like a B-52 bomber, Oppenheimer, he's gonna drop it. Born from the atomic seed in the titanium womb, he's the NerdCage Live Gaming Prophets. It's Joe of FallenOne Gaming. Please introduce this handsome fuck we got in the stream tonight.
Yes, today we have the legendary, the Jesus of Joe Blow Celebrity Interviews. Jimmy O is on the show right now. How you doing?
Oh my
God, this is such a I'm like kind of, this is nice. What an introduction, guys! Jesus Christ, I love this.
Dude, we've been hyped up about this show for weeks and months upon months, man. So we're excited.
I'm so glad. I'm ready for it, guys. I'm ready. I got the F-bombs ready. I feel good. I'm into it, you know. Fuck yeah, dude.
You look great, dude. You look great, by the way.
Thank you. It's been a long road, man.
Yes.
If you look back through the years,
I have been actually.
Yeah.
More on that in a little bit. But for starters, Joe, who we got in the chat tonight?
We have a ton of lurkers in the chat, but I'm sure they're funneling in as we speak.
That's fine. It's all good. I know we're going on a little bit earlier than usual, but that's okay. But hey, we got some stuff to promote. We'll go through it real quick, and we'll give the floor to Jimmy for a minute here. But hey, if you haven't already, our very first stream of the month, Joe.
Yes, our stream with Drew Stone of Stone Films NYC and the New York Hardcore Chronicles. We learned a lot, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
Yes, be sure to check out that live stream. It's also available on all podcast platforms. And then Joe, the tier maker.
Yes, our video game console tier maker with Fisk Vegas, Tab Monk 99, and Shaq Oatmeal.
Yes, at the Round 1 podcast, be sure to check that show up. I still haven't put the podcast version out. What's available on YouTube for your listening and viewing pleasure. And then Joe, last week, our fantastic guest. Yes, be sure to check that out. That was an amazing show. And of course, actually, hold on a second. Hold on. I got a technical difficulty here. Let me fix something. In case you missed it, that was Sean Wick of JT's Reborn. We cannot wait to have him back on the channel. Sorry, Joe, I forgot to have the channel in there. But yes, JT's Reborn, that live stream is available. I don't have the podcast version ready, but that will be available soon. I haven't had time to do the podcast version. And then Joe, tomorrow on Twitch at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, we will be playing Resident Evil 5. Jay will be Sheva, I will be Chris, punching boulders as usual.
Yes, we're going to be doing a Resident Evil co-op for the first time in NerdCage Live Gaming History. That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. Again, we're going to go early, 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. because Joe's got to work his overnight. And breaking news, guys, breaking news. An announcement. We'll be dropping a video Saturday night. As we're another food review, Joe. Go ahead and tell them.
Another one. This time, the Crash Bandicoot G Fuel energy drink.
Yes. Was it tasty? Was it awful? Find out. I haven't edited it yet. I'm going to edit it on Saturday, and I'll be dropping it and premiering it Saturday night. But yes, the Crash Bandicoot energy drink. And we have more energy drink reviews on the way, Joe. So everybody stay tuned. And then finally, Joe, Tuesday on Twitch.
Tuesday, we will be going back to God of War 2.
Absolutely. And then next Thursday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, another early show. But the man's coming back.
Yes, Big Pat of Big Pat Sports will be back on the show.
Yes, we cannot wait to have Big Pat. Listen, this was backed by popular demand, guys. We are listening. NerdCage Nation and Giants Nation, we listen, okay? We hear you. We try our best, but we had to make sure Big Pat's coming back, and he's indeed coming back just in time for the start of the NFL season. So that should be a lot of fun. And who knows when I'll get back to playing Hades on Twitch? Who knows? But that being said, guys, Joe, go ahead, plug in social media.
All right, if you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are at nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description. Become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group, that is NerdCage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, let me just take the spotlight one last time. If you haven't already, please, if you want to directly support us, okay, please get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt at our TeePublic, guys. In fact, Joe's got his Capcom style shirt on. And we have more designs. Check it out. Listen. Our top selling design right here. NerdCage Live with the strength of geek knowledge on the back. Also, they come in any color. So you can even get it in pink for the Barbie movie. And the most recognizable, this is our second top selling shirt, the most recognizable logo on the internet. Not for the kids. And do not tell the RZA, but we got the Shaolin style NerdCage Live shirt. And for you kaiju fanatics that love Godzilla and King Kong and all things giant monsters, we got the legendary style NerdCage Live shirt. And of course, one of our top selling shirts as of right now, oh my god, and just in time for playing God of War, our PlayStation style t-shirt. And of course, another great design here for you MCU fans. And of course, it's too dangerous to go alone. Be sure to get your Zelda Sword and Shield shirt. Don't tell Mr. Miyamoto. And our Triforce shirt. And of course, if you couldn't tell, we are huge Mortal Kombat fans, as we got the arcade marquee Mortal Kombat 1 style fatality, Mortal Kombat 2 style fatality, Mortal Kombat 3 style fatality. And guess what? We have hoodies, we have magnets, and we have stickers. Also, Mike Lindell here for NerdCage Live Pillow. Be sure to get yourself a NerdCage Live Pillow. It's better than my pillow. Really feels good on the neck. Yeah, get yourself a NerdCage Live Pillow. So, yeah. Again, any size, any color. All the way from small to 5XL. So whether you're a skinny booty call or a fat fuck, big or small, we love them all. Get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt. You're going to love the way you look. I guarantee it. So, yes. Well,
I'll have to get one.
Appreciate it. So, Jimmy, but before I want to ask you some questions. We'll take it back to the beginning of your career. But before we do that, Jimmy, the floor is yours. If there's anybody you want to shout out, and if you have anything you want to promote, if you have any like upcoming events or podcasts and stuff like that, but please go ahead. The floor is yours, buddy.
Sure. I know. I believe it's September 21. Me and my buddy, Mariah Coltrera, we do a show called Sounds Scary, where we've had everyone from Kevin Smith to Patrick Lussier. It's a really fun show. So we're gonna have. We're actually presented. They have a mixtape film festival, so like short films, I believe, and so we're gonna be presenting that. I think September 21st. I have my Cinescare podcast I do every other Tuesday, although I've been kind of missing a few. Sorry, guys. And, I have a lot of stuff going on, but that's about it that I can think of right now. And of course, I have a bunch of fun stuff coming up at Joe Blow. Believe it or not, within the strike, I'm getting a few interviews here and there. One I'm actually really excited about. So, yeah, there you go. That's what I've been up to. That's not much, but...
No, we appreciate sharing. And I just want to let everybody know that, Jimmy is usually he's not only that he's a writer, he's a movie critic, and he's a celebrity. He interviews celebrities not only on his show but on Joe Blow as well. And I've had the pleasure of editing a lot of his interviews for Joe Blow, which is how this all came together. So, I just want to say, Jimmy, it's been exciting, like, working with you, even though this is our first time like hanging out, but it's been exciting working with you because you provide so much great material for me to edit. You make my job easy. I don't have to I've edited videos for so long, and there's always like, oh my god, should I cut this out? No, you do such a great job. I really don't have to cut much. Like, you make my job easy, man. Like, you're just a natural at what you do, man. It's just. It's like you're watching you work is like poetry in motion, man. I admire you for it. I really do.
Oh god. Oh dude. Hey, well, I approach interviews like, look, you're going into a room or sitting on Zoom like doing this. You're talking to a person. You take all the bullshit out. Just have a conversation as much as you can in 5 minutes or however long you have. And sometimes you're going to get something really great. So you treat the person like a human being, and not because there's a fine line between fanboy and just showing how cool you are. That
exactly.
Fuck. I don't like that. I'm like, if I like somebody, I'm gonna fucking tell them. I have no problem with that. Like, it's like I would want to hear it, So fuck that. Yeah, I just go in and I want to have a conversation. That's it. And you, dude, you make it look cool. You make me look better. So let's be real. Let's be real.
Well, I definitely take pride in making everybody look, like I said, Burge, the owner, Joe Blow himself,
The man. Love that guy. Love that man. There he is.
Yeah.
There he is. Oh, I got mine too, buddy.
Yep,
I got mine too.
Yes. So, yeah, he's thank you to him and Chris. They said, Jay, we want you to do these celebrity interviews, but, make them fun, make them awesome, make them stand. I'm like, I got you. So, yeah. So the very first interview I ever did for Joe Blow was actually for that movie Easter Sunday with Joe Coy, and that was my first time seeing Jimmy in action, and that was awesome. But you know what? Let's rewind, Jimmy. I want to know how you got started in this business and how'd you wind up on Joe Blow. I'm dying to know.
Okay, well, this is an easy story. I was an actor. That's all what I wanted to do. And I did. I worked a little bit. I had some stuff. It was fun. But the thing about it is, I got married. I had a kid. And that you kind of have to really give your life to acting to an extent if you really want to make it, if you really want to push yourself. Unless you're in a place, unless you get lucky. So a buddy of mine was starting this website, and I discovered at the time Ain't It Cool News back in the day. But Joe Blow,
yeah. I know that site.
Arrow in the Head was my first love because I love horror films. And I was reading John Fallon's reviews, and I was like, I love this guy because he just speaks the truth. And I remember one time I just hit him up and I said, hey, dude, I'd love to pick your brain for some thoughts. He was come to LA. We met. We met up a few times for drinks or whatever. And at the time, I was talking to my buddy who was starting a website, and I was going to write reviews for him. And it was kind of just lingering, not happening. And John, I had lunch with him, asking for advice. He was in town, and he said, well, dude, we're hiring, so why don't you apply? And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, sure. And I applied, and I got in, and it was so I started Arrow in the Head reviewing DVDs. It was a DVD pub, which is now pretty much. I forgot who the other guys were. A couple of them are still there. I think, gosh, it was a long time ago. I can't remember. But with that said, it was one of those situations where I quickly got into doing interviews because a press conference came up for You, Me, and Dupree.
Yes,
and
Owen Wilson. Yep.
Yes, and so it was him, Owen Wilson. Gosh, what's her name? Oh my God, the girl, Goldie Hawn's daughter, Kate Hudson. And it was interesting. It was interesting being there. It was a little bizarre. It was a lot of people thinking they're really, really important, and you had to, I'm not talking about the publicity department. I'm not talking about the studio. I'm talking about the people that are in the press conference. There's a lot of self-importance there. And that's okay. I get it. We're in a business where money talks and people want to present themselves. I kind of don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. I kind of go in, I look, we all get put an act on when we're doing our interviews.
Yeah.
But I just always found it bullshit. And my first fucking interview for on camera video interview, you want to know what it was? Transformers, the first one.
Nice. Wow. That is awesome. And by the way, we have a lot of people from the kaiju community that support NerdCage Live, and they love the Transformers movie. So I think everybody just perked up when they heard that. So.
Well, dude, that first movie, I love that movie. I love the first.
Speaking of Transformers, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we gotta talk about your recent Transformers interview, and you drove the Porsche. Man, that was awesome. I was so happy I got to edit that. Okay, so let me just explain. So Jimmy interviewed the director of Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Forgive me, what was the gentleman's name? He did Creed 2.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what was his name? Oh gosh. You interviewed him, and he also interviewed the stunt coordinator or something. But anyway.
Yeah, the second unit director, I believe, James.
Yeah. So then they took you to the studio where all the Porsches where they had the Porsches from the movie, and you got to drive around that course. That was oh my God, Jimmy.
It was what it was.
Talk about it.
it's a Porsche driving experience, and it's in California, and you can pay a lot of money to go and drive Porsches for the afternoon, and I got to do it. I got paid to do it. I've never been in a car because I'm not a car guy, guys. I'm not a car guy. I don't know. I drive a goddamn Prius. Come on. But so I get in this car and they're like, it saves gas. Come on. I mean, I know people.
No, it's all good. My ex had a Prius, and I drove that thing all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like driving it too.
They're awesome. But so I get there and they put you in the car right away, and you're like, okay, we're gonna go about 100 miles per hour, and there's no one in the car with you. You're like, no way. Like when you go on a roller coaster and you just take off and you feel, oh God. That's what I felt, like hardcore. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna wreck. And I'm driving,
that was so cool, dude.
Dude, it was amazing. And I got to go, they put you in a car and they're like, okay, do you want to go 0 to 60? I'm like, fuck yeah. Of course I do. So like, I got to do that. It was like, oh my God, it was so cool. It's like, it was one of the, I had 2 driving experiences within a month. That and for John Wick 4, and they're both freaking amazing. But Porsches, dude,
I had a field day when we covered John Wick 4 together, and you sat down with Chad Stileski and Scott Ack. Oh my God, dude, those were great times right there, man. What a
I love
great
Chad,
movie, by the way.
Dude, it's still my favorite movie there.
Speaking of Chad, I know I'm sorry because we keep going down these rabbit holes, but we gotta talk about it. So one of my top favorite movies ever is Highlander.
Oh gosh,
yeah. And from what I understand, Chad Stileski is going to be doing a Highlander reboot with Henry Cavill.
If anyone could do it, look, Chad is a fantastic director. Like, yes. I legitimately think it's so rare to find an action director knows how to tell a story, knows how to keep it interesting, and it feels real. I don't feel like I'm watching some stupid action movie where you're like, yeah, you can tell the lead guy is just like, yeah, could you just, and then some, man, I don't want to deal with that. Like, they get down and dirty. I've done so many events with the 8711 crew and all those people. My God, they're the best team in. Here's the thing: when Scott Atkins, you remember the interview? Yes. He said flat out, "This is the best. The U.S. because of these people are making some of the best action movies ever made, and they really are."
I agree. Like that.
Yeah.
John Wick 4 is by far like that's like up there with like Die Hard, Terminator 2 as like one of like the goats of action. Like that. I was just blown away how great the action was. I mean, the first movie's still my favorite just because it kicked off everything. Yeah. But as far as spectacle goes, the fourth one by far is the best one.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I love them all. It's just such a it's ridiculous. I mean, I kind of do I got the hair. I dressed like John Wick for the junket, and it was. You know, it was a little. I was like embarrassed to do it a little bit, but I'm like, you know what? I stood in for Keanu years and years ago as a kid.
Oh wow!
I had a day of on the set of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. I was a kid, and it was
awesome.
But I didn't get to work with him. I didn't meet him at all. It was just do stand-in work because there were doubles, and I didn't get hired on to be the main stand-in. So I was like, God damn it! But yeah, it was. So I've always had this kind of connection with Keanu, and now that seeing him like become huge, massive, and he's just a nice guy. He really is.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, because his reputation. Yeah, because it's just nice to see that like from all the stories I hear about, like everything's like positive. Everything's true what they say. Like he's like one of the coolest dudes, and he has a band and like.
Yeah,
dude's a renaissance.
He's
man.
breathtaking, Jay.
By the
I want to hear that.
I love Bill.
I'll say when I first saw The Matrix, I didn't really love it. It didn't compel me much, and it's for some reason I decided to go back after watching the last one because I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I went to the original. I was like, oh yeah, okay. I missed it a little bit the first time. It's a pretty magnificent film. It really is, and I think I was just in a shitty mood or something.
Okay, I like I said, I keep going down this. I have like no format for tonight. That's all right, but you know what I want to ask
Fine.
you? Just based on your background, based on your career, and based on everything I see on you on your decorations there.
Yeah.
Do the best you can, but off the top of your head, your 5 favorite movies of all time. Go.
Okay, let's see. Halloween, the original. Jaws. Mad Max Fury Road.
Nice.
Raging Bull.
Okay. I'm a boxing fanatic. Okay.
I love boxing movies, man. I'd box for a year. It was freaking awesome. Let's see, what else? This is where it gets tricky because I there's a few new ones that sneak in. I really love 1917. I thought that was just a masterpiece. Yes. I really did. Yeah, so I think that falls in, but I could go with I could go with Angel Heart, the Mickey Rourke, not the remake. No. The Lisa Bonet, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, the controversial movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that scene. I remember. I guess those are
because again, man's got a lot of experience, a lot of great stories. Let me ask you. Okay, here's a question for you. I personally want to ask you. What was the first time when you were doing interviews? What was the first time? I know you say you don't want to fanboy out, but like, what was the first time where you were like starstruck? Like, wow! Like, what was like the first time that you were starstruck by somebody you interviewed?
I think in the beginning I was often starstruck. I think this is a cool story. One of the most amazing interviews I did. And I'm not a huge Star Trek guy. I like it a lot, but I'm not a huge fan.
Okay.
Interviewing Leonard Nimoy before he passed away, I was so, oh my fucking God, what a gentle, oh my God. I walk in, right? And it's like, to explain to the people listening, you wait in the hallway. When we did junkets back in the day, back before COVID and shit or whatever, you would actually wait in the hotel, hallway or whatever. The talent would be in the room, and they'd send you in, and you'd sit down. There'd be a few handlers out in the room, but it's really just you and the talent. So I'm sitting across from this great legend of a man, Leonard Nimoy, and I go, I'm so excited to meet you because we have the same birthday. And he was like, oh. And so he started asking me about my life. He was asking me questions about my life, and I was just like, dude, who fucking cares? You're Leonard Nimoy. Let's talk about you. And I was so, he was amazing. I was starstruck by that. For sure.
Now, did he give you the wave?
I don't think he did, but maybe, I don't know, man. I think he might have. And I got a lot of hate when I interviewed Ava Green because
she's my favorite actress.
Dude, she's
my favorite. Hold on.
Oh God, what do you have?
Hang on.
He's got a prop for everything.
Oh gee, I want to see all this shit because mine is so fucking scattered. I want to see this.
He's got to get some sort of thing online that showcases all this stuff because he's got a lot.
They're sorry about the glare.
Oh, what a beauty! Oh, she's lovely, by the way. And I got
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I got a little geeky with her, and I was so afraid to bring up the nudity. I was like, so I walk in the room, right? And I said to her, I said, oh my God, I've been a fan of yours. Just before we started the interview, I'm like, I've been a fan of yours since The Dreaming. She's like, oh, good, you've seen all of me then. That's what she said to me. And I'm like, oh my, and so right there, I'm freaking out, and she's beautiful, and I'm just like, oh my God, and she was so lovely. And in the middle of the interview, I think you can see it, I think it's on YouTube. I asked a question, she just gets a smile, and she's like, I like your face. Swoon.
Oh my God, I envy you.
Yeah. Okay, there was a little starstruck there. A little bit.
Yeah, I probably would have fainted, but that's just me, though.
It's just, honestly, you go in and you kind of, Yeah, I've been definitely. Well, it's always a surprise who you get along with, right? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I think this is my favorite actor. I want to meet this person. I'm going to be so excited. I'm sure we'll be best friends and everything. Blah blah. That rarely happens. I've become friends with a few, but it rarely happens. But you'll go in and you'll be like, okay, this isn't really that interesting, and I'm not really I mean, I love them as an actor, but I don't really feel a connection. It was just an interview, whatever.
Yeah.
This happened on, and I don't want to say, well, I guess I can say the name. The first time I love Ewan McGregor. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's such an incredible actor.
Very good actor.
First time interviewing him, it was kind of like, really. It was, and then I ended up getting along with Channing Tatum. I love Channing Tatum. So
I was gonna say he comes off as a pretty cool dude.
But I will say, I think Ewan was just one of those, either too many press, because every time I've interviewed him since, so amazing. He's such a sweet guy. Yeah, I really like him. And it's funny because I just go in like, I would rather talk to, like, one of my favorite people to talk to is Mick G. I'm not necessarily a fan of his work, but I like nice people. Like, I'm good. If you're a nice person and you're not a fucking asshole, cool. I love that. I don't like the dicks, and I could talk about dicks. I tend not to, simply because I think it's bad karma, like to go publicly and attack a celebrity.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's, obviously we're professionals here. We may be goofy, we may let our nuts hang, but at the end of the day, we're professionals. We don't need to name names and whatnot. We're not gonna air people's dirty laundry on air. I get it.
Exactly. It's one of those things where you also have to take into account you're spending maybe a few minutes with them. Maybe you're lucky. Maybe you're gonna,
because there's other press, members of the press, and other companies, and it's just nice that Joe Blow happens to be among them, but there's so many other ones, so we just have to be in line, and you also got to take in fact that these celebrities have been doing interviews all day, and they gotta they probably hear the same questions over and over. Yeah. So
it's the same. And look, I don't go in with the expectation of, I'm going to ask all the most original questions. I want to connect. And that's important to me. So when I walk into, like, I kind of teased this on before we started the show. One of my favorite, this compliment I got, and I was just so touched and so moved because she's tough and you don't want to fuck with her. I interviewed Julia Roberts for the very first time, and only time, unfortunately. And she's got an incredible reputation with these guys. She's an absolute pro. And she goes into the room, she knows everyone's name. She knows hey buddy, how you been? She's good. She's good people. So I walk in and I do this. She told me this story about her co-star almost saving her life because like a boat, something fell off a boat, and she does a better story telling than I do. I'm butchering it, but it was such a nice conversation. And after I was leaving, I'm walking out of the room, and I hear Julia say to her co-star, she's like, "I wish they could all be that nice." That made my day.
That's awesome.
Like, she's cool, dude.
Come on. I don't care if you're like a tough guy like me, but we all love Pretty Woman. Come on, admit it.
No, I didn't. I didn't like Pretty Woman. I liked her, but I didn't like the movie. There you go.
No, she's definitely got an amazing filmography. Did you see her new movie there with where she's divorced from George Clooney? It's on Peacock. I don't remember the movie was called.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either.
Yeah, I haven't watched much this year. I've been kind of taking it easy with it. In a weird way, the strike has allowed me to kind of. I want to go.
That's actually you just reminded me of a question I wanted to ask you, and this is I kind of like to ask the movie people this question. I asked Chris the same question too. Shout out to Chris Bumbry. Who
Go Chris.
Hopefully will be back on soon. But Jimmy, what do you think the best movie of the year so far is? And what do you think? And you don't have to name just one. But name the best movie so far and name a couple follow-ups of this year in 2023.
Okay. Gosh, I missed a lot. I've missed past few months just because I've been
Really,
kind of
all those interviews.
yeah, I know. It's like I'm seeing what I'm actually covering right now just because I'm taking some time off. But like I love John Wick for I don't know if it's just the best film of the year, but it's my favorite. It's the most fun I had.
Yeah.
I really liked a movie that not a lot of people saw. Almost nobody did that. You may have done the interview for Surrounded. It's a oh gosh, what's her name from Wakanda Forever? Letitia Wright.
Oh yes, where she was the slave or whatever.
The Buffalo Soldier. Yeah, she was a slave.
Yes,
who was
I did do that interview. I just didn't see the movie. I did that.
That
interview.
movie is look. It shouldn't have been this good. You have basically two people talking for a movie, right?
Yeah.
But then intermixed with that, you have these scenes of like serious action, like the stagecoach robbery. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it looks intense. Yeah.
So I love that. I loved, I really liked was the last Brandon Cronenberg movie. Fuck, what was that called?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The surgery's the new sex. What the hell was that movie?
Yes, yeah. No. That's Crimes of the Future. That's David Cronenberg.
Oh, yeah, his son. Oh, the one with Mia
his
Goth.
son,
Mia Goth and Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah. I'm blanking the name. I'm so sorry. I'm tired
I know what you're talking
today.
about. I didn't see that. See, I saw Crimes of the Future. I didn't see that one.
Have to see this
Tyler
movie.
Tyler did that interview, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I did. I think I did. Yeah, I did them.
Oh, okay.
Who the fuck did I interview? I really like that one a lot too.
Yeah. I haven't seen it.
I love worth saying. It's very when I first saw it, right? I wonder if I can say this. I didn't really know. I gotta look at what the title is because I wanted to see it because I loved his last film, and I think he's an amazing. I think Brandon Cronenberg is a fantastic filmmaker. So I'm like watching this movie, and I go to see it. I specifically try not to see a trailer if I can avoid it, because I've learned that I'm
kind of the same way now. Like, for example, obviously I'm a kaiju fanatic here, but like Godzilla -1 comes out in America December 1st, and I don't need to see the trailer. Like, I know I'm gonna go see it. Equalizer 3. I'm gonna go see that this week. I don't need to see. I mean, I did just because I had to edit the interview for Chris. By the way, that dropped yesterday. Check that out, people. But I didn't want to see the trailer because, like, Denzel's my favorite actor. Like, I'm gonna go see this movie. Expendables 4. I haven't seen any of the trailers for that. I'm gonna go see it. Like, I actually like. There's something about going into a movie where you don't see the trailer. Something about going into a movie not even knowing what it is and just, okay, let's go see this movie.
I love it.
I love doing that too. And here's the thing. Yeah. So up in Syracuse, so we have Regal's what dominates out here in New York.
Yeah.
So I have a Regal pass. So for $21 a month or $22 a month, I can go any movie I want as many times as I want. So sometimes I'll be like, all right,
that's cool.
I want to take advantage of, like, I need to use it because they're going to charge my credit card. I might as well go see a couple movies. So if there's like, I've seen Barbie, I've seen Oppenheimer, I've seen this. Okay, what's this movie? Okay, I'm going to walk in and go see it. I do that. So that's why I like it. Plus, I'm single with no kids. So I like having the movie pass because it gives me an opportunity to see movies I wouldn't go see otherwise, you know?
Yeah. No, I go to the press screenings, so I don't necessarily need to get that. But we do have Regal here, and that's what a lot of people do. And I love the idea of that you can actually see a movie again, because didn't the first kind of incarnation of this kind of movie pass?
Yeah, the movie pass, because they did it without the movie theater's consent or something like that, and it's just
yeah.
And they kept changing the rules, and eventually they didn't make it. They went bankrupt and didn't make it, and then but yeah. So then Regal adopted the idea, and it seems to be working for them. So.
Yeah, I think AMC has one too.
And I think AMC's got their own too. We don't have we have AMC in New York City, but we don't have AMC in Syracuse. Like, I think the closest AMC theater is Utica, or something like that.
I think so.
I think it's like the only one. But like I said, there's several Regals out here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, Reels are a good thing. I was just at one for I guess I can say it's I can't really talk about. I don't know if I can tell. It's a premiere, so it was a screening for The Nun 2. So
okay.
I did see that, and I actually liked it. I liked it better than the first one. So but oh yeah, let me jump back to Infinity Pool. So
yes,
the first time I saw this movie, right? I walk in, I didn't know anything about it. I know it was David Cronenberg's son, Brandon. So I'm like watching this movie, and I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I realized afterward, I saw the uncut version, which included a very, very, very visceral visual version of Alexander getting his
oh
yeah,
shit.
he shot a load, and it was right in front of us, and we were like, we just saw him shoot a load. Yep, that's what we just saw. A close up. I don't know if that's I don't think that's in the like regular version, but here's the thing I like about Brandon Cronenberg is the fact that he does do violence. He does do really gritty, hardcore stuff, yet it's sparse. It's not like in your face. So when you see something, you're just like, oh my good God. I think Talk to Me just did that brilliantly. While it's not constantly just beating your head with violence, when it does get violent, it's potent shit, man. You feel it.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's a good thing because and Tarantino's good at that too. Like
my
a lot of these,
my all-time favorite director.
Of course,
He's my all-time favorite director.
Look, I think Tarantino fucking speaks to like we all watch his movies. We all watch. I know a little different. Kevin Smith, Del Toro. These guys are. There's a reason they're still around making these movies. Is they're good dudes. They're good dudes and they're talented.
Yeah.
And I think that like I don't know, man. I used to love directors as a kid. I knew directors as a kid, and I was like, why do I know this? Why do I know like Robert Wise and shit like that? And I knew Wes Craven. I knew John Carpenter, and I knew them as much as I knew the stars. You know what I'm saying? And that was my first like, yeah. Gosh, we're going all over the place, man.
Dude, I am loving it. Like I said, dude, we could go on and on and on and on.
Perfect. I love it.
Okay, so
yeah, one thing I was going to segue into
go ahead,
was is there? I mean, I know I've done a lot of meet and greets with musicians and shit. Well, is there? I know my personal experience is a difference, but is there a difference in your experience with sitting down and meeting a musician versus meeting an actor?
That's a really good question, actually. It depends on the person, really. I don't think there is. Because I've interviewed a few musicians. I've interviewed Alice Cooper. I've interviewed Billy Corgan. I've interviewed Rob Zombie, and one I think we'll be talking about later.
Yes, we will.
Save that one. I'll save that one. Yeah, I don't think there is a major difference. Because me and greet, because I go to Amoeba Records, man, and in Hollywood, if you ever come to LA, you gotta go to Amoeba Records because they have live. I've met everyone from Billy Idol to oh gosh, Jack White, like all these major people, so like, well, no, I didn't meet Jack White, I just saw him play. It was awesome. But like I don't know. I think when it gets to the junket, I don't think there's a lot of difference. Like, Slash, I got to interview for when he did that horror movie a few years back.
Yes, I remember. Yep.
Yeah, a super cool dude, by the way. Really, really, really nice and really chill. But honestly, I don't see a difference. No, I think it's just
the only major difference in my experience is that if you're sitting down with like an actor or something, you're sitting down in something that was. It was pre-planned, and you have sort of an expectation. Whereas if you're going to a meet and greet with a band or something, they just played, like they just did this. So you're meeting them as they're performing.
Yeah, well, you're meeting them when they're kind of on. Like they're already in their vein. Look, a good musician, generally they love their fans, and they're more than willing to. They try to be as kind and open. When you're doing, I remember one time. I don't even want to say the person from a band, a very famous band, and I met outside of I was covering I was pretty young. It was the MTV Movie Awards back in the day.
Oh yes, the movie awards and the VMAs were everything back in the day.
Oh, so look, I don't want to trash the guy because I get it, but I'm not gonna say his name, but he was in a very, very popular band and he was smoking a cigarette. I'm like, hey, dude, would you mind if I get a picture I work for Joe Blow? I'd love to get for social. He's like, no, man, I'm busy. Just like. Cool. I don't. Oh God, no. I had a really bad experience with a musician, and I hate this band because of it. I don't want to say
I could spun off a few.
It was at Comic-Con and a legendary '70s rock band, glam rock band, and
okay. I see. I'm not surprised because For the record, everybody, Jimmy and I had a conversation off air, and we're talking. And I used to be a stagehand or whatever, and I worked with like a lot of bands from that era at this venue in upstate New York. I'm not gonna say the name of this venue because I left on good terms, and maybe one day I'll go back. But anyway, there's either country musicians or classic rock musicians, for the most part, and. Let's just say that some of these classic rockers, they have such a big ego. They think they're royalty, and they have all these crazy demands. And let's just say that they're not fun to work with. So, I'll give one example. Okay, I'll give two examples. The band Boston, More Than a Feeling. Okay, anywho, they're all vegans, and they have demands, and they actually have a chef that they bring on tour. I'm not making this up. We had to take down the dressing room and build a kitchen for their touring chef, and he's a vegan chef. And guess what? The vegan chef forgot his vegan milk, so they sent one of our stagehands drive 2 hours to a nearest vegan grocery store to get their vegan milk. Goddamn. Yeah, so I'm just saying, so Jimmy, I know exactly where you're coming from when you could talk about some of these 70s bands.
No, look, so I'll tell the story without saying the name. Yes. So I was at Comic-Con, and here's the thing. I covered that for about 11 years with Joe Blow, and it was amazing. Loved every minute of it. And it was a fun experience, and I'd get drunk a lot. Especially, once the day's done, we'd go out to a bar, and because I don't generally drink a lot, and I was like, I have no responsibilities. Fuck it, I'm gonna get my drink on. So I get to the hotel, right, and there's all these people and I'm drunk off my ass. By the way, I'm completely just trying to figure out how the fuck I can get to my hotel. And so I get on the elevator. I just walk on an elevator. It's open. I'm like, why are all those people standing back? I don't get it. I was too drunk. I get on. There's the guy and I think either his son or his bodyguard. I don't know who it was. I don't give a fuck. They looked at me. They glared at me. And I was like, hi. And they're like, are you a journalist? I'm like, oh, yeah. And they're like, dude, get the fuck off this elevator. I'm like, are you? Dude, you're a has-been. I don't care about you. I don't give a fuck about you. I didn't say that. I was just like, but they forced me to get out. They literally were threatening me, physically threatening me. I'm like, classy guys, fuck off. So yeah. They can. I fuck that band, fuck that band. Everything. Yeah. And I just this is aggressive bullshit. You're not special, dude. You're not even that fucking great. It's I never was a big fan of them, but I got it. I got the guy. I feel so bad. Just totally because I know people love this band, but it's just and that's cool. There's nothing. It's okay to like an asshole. I've liked a few asshole singers myself, for sure. Yeah. But wow, he what a real prick. I'm like, wow.
Okay, so Jimmy, I definitely respect your time, and I know we said we'd go for an hour here. So, Joe, fetch that question in the chat real quick, and then I got my question that we kind of.
All right. Shay asks if you're much of a gamer, and I'll follow that up with if you do game. What are your top 5?
Gosh, I am not much of a gamer, unfortunately. My buddies got me, and I did the Elden Ring thing. I got into that.
Nice.
That's awesome. I'm currently, because I'm a cat lover, I'm trying out Stray. It's cute. I like it. But no, I like it. I love games. I just the ones I've had experience with, I like Mortal Kombat's cool. Resident Evil is awesome. I haven't done the 5th one. I'd like to do that.
If you have time, pop it in our Twitch stream.
You know, it's funny. When you're talking about that, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll tune in. If I can, I will, for sure.
Or you can watch it. By the way, for the record, if you're subscribed to NerdCage Live Gaming, our sub channel, all of our archived playthroughs are there. So if you missed the Twitch stream, because Twitch only keeps it for like a couple of weeks. So if you missed the Twitch stream, it's on the YouTube NerdCage Live Gaming sub channel.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, no, it's that's cool. I'll check it out. I'm gonna try to do it live though. I want to do it live. I like hanging with you guys and stuff.
Oh, we appreciate that. We had fun when you popped in that one stream. That was great. Okay, so all right, now it's kind of a dark topic, but I gotta hear your side of the story because Chris kind of gave me his side, he told me about it. So I want to ask you. So. For the record, everybody, if you can't tell, and then I'm just going to full screen myself real quick, that my favorite band in the absolute world is Soundgarden. I've been a Soundgarden fan as long as I can remember. My dad obviously grew up in the 70s, and his favorite band at the time was Led Zeppelin and ZZ Top and all that. But my dad moved on, and my dad actually did move on to the grunge movement. So that's how I kind of got onto the grunge movement. I remember... I know that grunge movement was that's like the first thing I think of when I think of the 90s. But anyway, Soundgarden is the band that I identify with because Chris not only has an amazing voice, but he's such a great lyricist, and his lyrics just I feel them lyrics because I grew up as a weirdo. I was bullied, so when I hear Chris sing it just means a lot to me. And of course, I saw Soundgarden in concert. I saw Audioslave in concert. I saw Chris Cornell solo 4 times solo, twice acoustically. So Jimmy, according to Christopher Joe Blow, gave me the information a while back that because Soundgarden. Oh, I remember the topic came up about the topic of Audioslave came up between me and Chris, and then Chris Cornell came up, and then he said. He's like, Jay, do you know who the very last person on earth to interview Chris Cornell was? I'm like, no. He's like, it was Jimmy. I'm like, really? So Jimmy was the last person to interview Chris Cornell before he unfortunately passed away because he was promoting the movie that he was it Misery Chain?
He did a song for it. Yeah. The song is called I had it in my head just 2 minutes ago, and now I can't think of it. But it's a beautiful song. It's from the Promise. It's gonna drive me crazy. I have to look it up, but yeah, he recorded a song. It was about the Armenian genocide. The film was, and it was a passion project for a lot of people. And so what happened was we were about to do the interview, and I was excited because I like the cast and all that, and I think it's a good story. I think that should be told. So they were like, oh yeah, and Chris Cornell did the soundtrack, one of the songs for it. Would you like to interview him? I'm like, yeah. The publicist, I was like, please, let me interview. Yeah, I would love that. And so, wow, what a soulful man he was, man. Yeah. I walked in the room and he was. Honestly, I'm like, I hope I don't get teary-eyed thinking about it because
that's okay.
Yeah, because he was just he was so sweet and so he talked about his connection with the movie, and it was nice, and it was an honor. And I think I don't think I was the last person. I'm sure other people were in that, but I was definitely one of the last because he wasn't doing a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he after that, but that for sure. And it was, I think, a month later it all happened. And I've interviewed way too many. About the same time I interviewed, Jesus, Green Room. I'm forgetting every goddamn name in the world today, but I've interviewed a lot of people that have died.
Yeah.
A lot of people that have died. It's always kind of one of the hardest was Paul Walker. The guy was fucking cool as shit. He was fucking amazing. That one, my buddy called me because I'd interviewed him a bunch. I remember Paul Walker one time I was interviewing him for Fast 4, I guess.
Yeah.
And we were just talking. We got to chat and hang out. And we were walking along because it was 3 a.m. It was a really late night. It was a weird story. I got a lot of stories for this set. And I was talking to him like, yeah, you really, what is it about doing these movies? And he's like, man, good paycheck. Good paycheck.
I love the honesty. I love the honesty.
There's nothing wrong with that, but he was so genuine, guys. He was so genuine. And when my buddy called me, I was on my way to some Lord of the Rings event back in the day, and he's like, dude, Paul Walker. And I'm like, I started bawling. I was bawling because I just interviewed him. It was, I for sure, when Chris Cornell, I was devastated. I was absolutely devastated.
Yeah, it hurt a lot. But like, his music, like I said, his music was everything to me. So, it's just at least you got to meet him. I've seen him in concerts so many times, but I really thought for sure at some point that I was gonna, because based on my lifestyle and whatever, going to a lot of concerts and stuff, I thought for sure I was gonna meet him. Never did, so it kind of hurts.
I don't know if I should say it.
I don't know if I should say it. Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna say it.
Do it.
I recently reached out to Kim Thale, the guitarist for Soundgarden. I'm trying to get him on NerdCage. He has not responded to me, but he did get my message.
Oh my god.
I'll leave it at that. He's seen my message, but I haven't heard back yet. I am trying to get Kim Thale on NerdCage. I'm trying.
I hope so, dude. That would be amazing.
I will say this. I'm not going to name any more names, but I have reached out to other talent, not just musicians, but people of like other professions, and I'll just say that we're gonna have more guests on the way. I'll leave it at that. But I've been actively trying to get Kim Thale on the show. He has not responded to me, but I see that he saw my message. He didn't write me back. I'm like, come on, Kim. Oh man, but yeah. So,
that's hilarious. I hope he doesn't.
I hope he does too. So Kim, Mr. Thale, if you happen to see this, we'd love to have you come on. We'd love to talk about your career, and we'd love to talk about Doom, the video game, because I know you were a Doom fan. So please, Kim, we'd love to chat with you. And you're also one of the most badass and most underrated guitarists of all time. I'll leave it at that.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, Kim.
Listen. We could go on for hours upon hours. So that being said, Jimmy, I respect your time, but I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you like to come back on NerdCage Live?
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. I'd be happy to. Absolutely. Dude, this was fun.
This was fun. I feel like we barely scratched the surface. Like there's a whole iceberg of stuff that we gotta talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about.
We didn't get it. I mean, it's so fun.
I was gonna say, how does it feel being on the other side of the interview table?
It's always weird. It's always because I go into this kind of like, why would anyone give a fuck about what I have to say?
Dude, like I said, I've been admiring you from afar, and I've been posting your interviews on NerdCage Nation. I've been sharing our interviews to get the ones I've edited. Like I share them everywhere. So yeah, like,
dude, you're good. You're better than I am, dude.
We've been fascinated. We're so fascinated by your career and whatnot. So we definitely want to hear more stories. We definitely want to talk more, get to know you, Jimmy O, a little more as well. But obviously, we respect everybody's time here, and I know you got stuff to do. But man, this has been a blast, and I can't wait to run it back with you. We will have to stay in touch. We will have to do another one. And you know what? We gotta do a watch party together. That's what we gotta do. We gotta get you for one of our watch parties. We do watch parties on NerdCage Live. We gotta do a watch party. We gotta do one.
I'm down.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's
do it.
So, Jimmy, here's what we're gonna do. I want to give you the floor one more time. Promote whatever you want to promote. If you have a message for NerdCage Nation, we'd like to hear it. And anything else, the floor is yours, buddy.
Okay, well, support NerdCage Nation. These are good dudes. Love working with you guys. Love what you do with your great editor. It's a great show. God, I'm not doing much, man. I have like I said, I have the September 21st Mixtape Film Festival is coming up. I believe I will have a booth with Cinescare at the Halloween convention coming up in September. Nice. I am acting again. I'm doing a short film.
Good for you.
So it's weird. It's weird because now I'm like, oh, fuck that. Nobody wants. I don't want to do. But no, I'm excited. It's a good script, and it'll be fun to kind of challenge myself and see what embarrass myself a little bit. That so people can, all the people that hate my interviews can go, fuck, you suck at acting too. I mean, I can't wait for that. No, I'm excited. That's all I got.
Also, I just want to compliment you. Also, I just want to compliment you on your weight loss. Like, congratulations. Like, you look great, man. I've went to the archives because I had to do some flashback shorts for Joe Blow. So I see the transition, man. So like, congratulations. Keep up the awesome work. You look great, man.
Check out my Prometheus interviews.
Yeah.
I do not look the same.
Well, yeah, because he had like the long beard and the short hair, and I'm like, oh wow, that's Jimmy.
When I interviewed Darren Aronofsky about the whale, because I was up to 350.
Wow.
For a while.
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be nosy. How much do you weigh now?
About 170.
Wow.
I'm usually down to 160. 170.
See, okay, I want everybody to hear this. He went from 350 to 170. If he can do it,
it took a long time.
Do it.
That took a long time.
You can do it.
Here's the thing.
I promise you. Look, I went from 240 to 180. I promise you. You will love yourself more. You will feel better.
Yeah, you can do things that you just weren't able to do. It's because I went from 350 to 200, and then I gained about 60 back. That in the last year or so, I in a year I lost 100, and it was. Now I feel amazing. But do it healthily and talk to a doctor. Don't listen to us. Listen to professionals, because you don't want to fuck around with that shit. You really don't.
Yeah, but like I said, I just hope that everybody if anybody who's struggling with their weight, I mean, really look at Jimmy as an inspiration. And like I said, it's just I promise you'll feel better about it in the end, and prolong your life and feel better while you're doing it. All right, Joe, real quick, let's just promote whatever we got to promote real quick, and then we'll call it a night here.
All right.
So if you haven't already, our first stream of August, we'll just rip right through them. Joe, go ahead. First in August.
Yes, check out our live stream with Drew Stone of Stone Films NYC and the New York Hardcore Chronicles.
And the Tier Maker stream.
Yes, our video game console tier maker with Fisk Vegas, Tadmock 99, and Shaq Oatmeal of the Round One podcast.
And last week's stream.
Yes, we had Sean Wick of JT is Reborn on the show.
And if you guys are Friday night, tomorrow night, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Twitch.
Yes, we're going to be playing Resident Evil 5 co-op.
And of course, we have a new video dropping tomorrow as Joe and I reviewed the Crash Bandicoot energy drink from G Fuel. Did we like it? Did we hate it? Find out tomorrow night, as I have to edit that and throw it up. And of course, Joe, Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday we go back to God of War 2.
And finally, a week from tonight, the big man returns.
Yes, Big Pat Sports returns to the show.
All right, Joe, go ahead and plug in social media, my man.
All right, if you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are at nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description. Become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group, that is NerdCage Nation, We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
Yes, and of course, I said already, be sure to get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt or a hoodie or a sticker or a magnet or a pillow. Link in the description, guys. You'll be supporting us directly. And all that money that we get from the small little commission we get from those sales goes towards the channel, guys. And of course, thank you to everybody in NerdCage. We got the 1,800 subscribers today. Let's get to 2,000 before Christmas. We can do it. Keep sharing the channel. Subscribe, share. Everybody you know helps us more than you know as we're trying to, build our brand here. And again, Jimmy O of JoeBlow.com, celebrity interviewer extraordinaire, movie critic extraordinaire. Thank you so much for taking time off your busy schedule to hang out with us man-children on screen tonight. We cannot wait to have you back. There's so much more we gotta get into, man. This has been, man, I feel like I've known you my whole life.
It's been fun, guys. It's been fun. A lot of fun. I've had a great time.
Be sure to subscribe to Joe Blow, Joe Blow Originals, Joe Blow Celebrity Interviews, Arrow in the Head, all the Joe Blow channels. It's all linked up in the NerdCage channel. Please support Joe Blow. Everybody there, or everybody that works for Joe Blow, they're all good people, all great content. I'm proud to be part of that family. And like I said, see all of Jimmy's work, see all of Jimmy's interviews. Also, check out his fight scenes with the Violent Night, the Santa movie. That was awesome shit too, Jimmy.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
One of my favorite things ever.
Oh yeah, we'll talk more about that for sure. All right, guys, we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like syphilis. So you guys say from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, Los Angeles, California, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live and JoeBlow.com. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, eat your vegetables, do your push-ups, go to the gym, all that good stuff. And we will see you on twitch.tv/NerdCage Live tomorrow night, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Resident Evil 5. Good night, everybody. And stick around for these awesome promos and get trapped in the cage. We'll see you soon.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. Ooh, trying to get out of the NerdCage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage